Here are Will's questions from the press pool, starting with Collider. How do you think the White Locust twist played into your ultimate eviction?
I think, how do I feel the White Locust twist, you know, fit to my ultimate eviction. I think it was very important. I think the White Locust twist was paramount in me leaving this house. I think if Rachel would have stayed, I think I ultimately would have stayed and we would have controlled the next week or so. It really messed up. It messed up our game. It messed up my game. I wouldn't have been nominated. We just evicted Mickey. The White Locust mess ended up having Lauren as the HOH, who in turn put 3 members of the alliance on the block. It was straight chaos. And then it ultimately had me and Ashley, fighting against each other, which is not ideal. And I went home. I didn't like the way it went down, and it really messed up my game. It messed up my game, and the mastermind did a number on Captain Will for sure.
All right, this next question is from Just Jared. What is your opinion on the level of gameplay this season from your fellow house guests? Are there any tweaks or changes you would make to your own strategy, knowing what you know now?
Okay. What were some of the level of gameplay from some of my house guests, and what were some tweaks and stuff I'll make on mine? I think that Vinny is probably playing the best game so far. He's really good at comps. He's connected all the way across the board with the rest of the house guests that's remaining in the house. I think that he is he has the ability to negotiate. He has the ability to talk. Yeah, he's Vinny the Lip for a reason. I think he's doing well. I think that Morgan needs to calm down some. She's really emotional in the game, and she plays it very, very hard. Keanu is great at comps. Socially, he's not doing well in the game, and that's been his struggle for the whole duration of the game. As the numbers get smaller, if he's able to maintain or get his social game better, he has a good shot at winning. Lauren is a great person. Socially, she's not there, except for the ones that she can relate to. And that's particularly Ava and Kelly. Comp, she is on point. She's really good. She is like Mackenzie 2.0 in that regard. She can go a long way. Ava needs to win. She needs to win a competition. She needs to win HOH. She needs to win a veto in order for her to stay safe. Now she is insulated now with Kelly and Lauren, but she needs to win a competition for her protection. Ashley, the same deal. She's not insulated no more. She is on the bottom in the house. And with Rachel gone, with myself gone, with Mickey gone, she doesn't have those people around her. So she needs to win. Kelly is feeling herself right now. She is a different person. Kelly Bells is way different than she was when she first came in the house. And she is very confident, and she's very sure of herself now. And Kelly has the ability to go to the final 3. Socially, she is locked in with Lauren, and she's locked in with Ava, and she has a weird relationship with Keanu, so she could go further and do well. In terms of what I would tweak about my game, I would probably try to talk to Lauren more, because we never clicked. Me and Lauren never fit. It was awkward the whole time. Very awkward conversations. and she nominated me twice, so you can see the awkwardness. But maybe that. Other than that, I really wouldn't change much in my game. My game was who I am. I don't. Some people try to. I wanted to be who I am in real life, and try to win the game that way, and it didn't work out. But I know that leaving this house, I know that I did the best I can do, and I can live with that. Um, I can't be who I'm not. I can't do all the lying. I can't do all the crazy stuff that folks do in this house. I can't do it. It just doesn't. I can't do it. It wasn't allowing me. My brain can't allow me to do that. So maybe that was my detriment. But I did the best that I could do with the things I can do. So that's about it.
Your next question comes from CBS Grand Junction, one of our affiliate stations.
Mhm.
Will, how did you keep so calm and composed during all the chaos and messiness this season?
That's a great question. How to keep calm and composed around the chaos during the season. Um, Unlike some of the house guests, we had this thing going around the house where we meditate. Meditation means that we're taking a nap. Okay, that was our code word for taking a nap. Let's put our little shades on and we're gonna meditate. Now with me, I would actually meditate because it takes me so long to fall asleep. So I'm just meditating. I'm chilling. I'm trying to go to places in my mind that would keep me sane in the house. At times in the house, it was crazy. It was literally crazy. It was a madhouse in here. It was so you have some blow ups in the house, and then there's another blow up in the house, and then just crazy stuff. And what I would do, I would meditate, I would relax, I would envision myself on some island drinking a margarita. I would be chilling. What I also did was I read my Bible. So I read my Bible, had a little thing going on in my head, and I'm gonna read my Bible in the morning. I'm gonna read my Bible before I get to bed. So that put me in a good place a lot of times in the house, and try to do normal things in this house that I would normally do in my regular life, and try. And then finally, the thing that I tried to do in this house was I tried to separate myself from just drama. I just remove myself from drama, or I remove myself from a situation that put me in drama, and I tried to go that route and do that, because if you don't have that extra drama, if you don't have that extra stuff, that's less stuff to deal with in the house. On top of the missing your family, on top of being secluded and away from your technology and things like that. So that helped me during my life in the house. Some people not so much. Some people, there was some shades being thrown. There was some blow-ups in the bathroom. There's all crazy stuff that went down in this house, but it wasn't at Captain Will's expense.
All right, this question comes from Screen Rant. Who would you have taken to the final two? Would you have stayed loyal to the remaining judges?
Who would I have taken to the final two, and would I stay loyal to the judges? I would have taken Ava to the final two. Um, I've been working with her since the beginning, and I wasn't going to change. That was going to stay true, and she's not in the judges by any means. Um, but I would have worked with the judges as long as I could without putting Ava in jeopardy. Um, Everybody had their number ones. My number one happened to not be in the judges. You have Morgan and Vinny. You had, Rachel and Ashley. You know, um, so I wasn't. It just didn't work out that way. But I was going to protect Ava by all costs, and it just didn't happen that way. The judges was good for a solid 3 weeks, longer than any other alliance I had throughout this game. But Ava would have been taken to the final two for sure.
This next question comes from the Cincinnati Enquirer. Who do you wish would have been eliminated in the White Locust twist and why?
Oh my God, who do I wish would have been eliminated in the White Locust twist? For sure, Keanu, without a doubt. We've been planning to get this brother out for a long time. We just can't. We can't get him out. We can't get him out. And that was the twist that was geared towards getting Keanu or Kelly out. And we messed it up. We really did. Ava chose Vinny to play. And Rachel wanted to play, but it didn't happen. She chose Vinny. Vinny and then chose Lauren. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? So he chose Lauren, so that messed up the rotation. And then Lauren chose Morgan. Morgan chose Rachel, and we all thought that Rachel could get it, and she didn't get it, and just all chaos happened, and Rachel goes home, and then Lauren wins HOH. Just so much. How it was supposed to go down was Keanu was either go in Rachel's place or at 3:30 or Kelly at 2:30. And one of those people will go home. But we never got that far, and it never happened. So it was just a mess. It really was just a mess.
All right, this next question comes from Cinema Blend. Do you worry about any of the house guests and how they'll fare without you as their sounding board, especially when they are frustrated or stressed?
Do I worry about some of my fellow house guests and as missing me and sounding board and get stressed? I worry about Ava a lot. I do. Ava is the one person who plays. So Ava cries so much during the week because she thought I might be leaving. She cried, and I was like, I'm supporting Ava. Like, damn, girl, I'm the one on the block. Like, she cries so much because she's like, well, I'm next. I'm after you. These people are crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But she's so emotional. And I know she was crying after I left. I know that girl was crying, probably half the night. And I worry about her. I worry about Ashley because she doesn't have that person anymore. With me gone, she was already down when Rachel was gone. Now with me gone and Rachel gone, like, oh God. But Ashley gonna talk a lot. I don't care if nobody's in the room. She's gonna talk a lot. So she'll get over it. But for sure, Ava Pearl is the one who I worry about the most in the house. And I hope she leans more on Lauren and Kelly. And if she leans more on those two people, I think that she will get further. I hope so. But yeah, I just gotta say a prayer for her and that she stays in the house.
All right, your next question comes from Kamisha Reviews. Do you think you played a good social game but deliberately didn't try to win any competitions because you didn't want blood on your hands or you didn't want to make anybody mad?
That's a so did I deliberately didn't want to win competitions and didn't want to get blood on my hands and okay, let me be honest with you. Let me be straight up with you with this. There were a couple of competitions I did not want to win. There were a couple of competitions I didn't want to win because of potentially being revealed in the Judges Alliance and such. But for the most part in this game, I was trying my best to win competitions. It looked easier on television. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna lie. It looked easier. I got there and it was not. It was not. Some of the competitions was chance. Some of them were luck. Some of them were hard. I could have won the HOH versus when Ava and I was the final two. I could have won. I should have won. I felt that Ava needed it more than I did at that time. She was struggling with Caleb. She was struggling with her family, with not seeing her family, and I knew I was safe. In retrospect, I should have won, and I would have got the room and got all the perks and whatever and stuff. But I just felt at the time that it wasn't my time to win. I always said in the house that it was not about how many you win, but when you win. And that is the time when I probably should have won. Zach went home on Ava's HOH, and if I was HOH, it wouldn't have been that way. But I just felt that I was safe, and that she needed that emotional lift more than I did. At that point in time, if that would have happened probably week 3, there was no way in hell I would have gave it up, because I needed to see pictures of my baby and my kids and stuff. But at that point, I was more settled in the game. Was there another part of the question, or did I answer everything? I don't know.
Those are all of Will's questions from the press pool.
Awesome.